Ashley Vega.
Hi.
In the house.
Thank you.
What's
Thank
up with
you so much for having me here. I'm very excited.
I've been wanting to get you on for a while. I think I'll probably go back to the mess, see how far we've gone back or corresponded. But
yeah,
I'm a big fan of the burlesque thing.
Wonderful.
And I know you're a part of that.
Yes.
And I don't know, maybe some weird way I'm trying to get every one of you burlesque people.
We are all very interesting, unique people.
Very.
Yeah.
And I totally enjoy what you do, the events. Respect is huge because you guys are some fucking talented monsters.
I stand in awe every time when I watch side
and
stage.
It's funny, they all say the same thing about each other. And you all are continuously one-upping the previous, gig. And
thank you.
And, we're going to talk a little bit about this past weekend.
Sure.
Which you all had a curveball thrown at you.
We did.
I mean, the ultimate fucking curveball.
Yes, by far.
Let's give it a little. Let's get to know you first before we talk about it.
Okay, absolutely.
Ashley Vega, is that your real name?
That is my real name. That is my born birth certificate name.
I didn't know Vega. Yes. I mean, it sounded, kind of maybe a little Hollywood gimmick name.
Oh,
but no.
Well,
no?
thank you.
Right, but,
no, it is my birth certificate, God-given name. Yeah.
Well, after you were born in a manger, tell me, where'd you go from there?
Oh my goodness, I was born in Long Beach, California.
Really?
Yeah.
For real? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was.
California girl.
So I moved here. I don't know. I was a baby. Indiana.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, totally.
So, so you really didn't get to experience California.
I wish.
Okay.
My brothers do. I mean, they still live out there. But my father passed away not long after I was born.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I have family in Indiana.
Okay.
So,
you did? Oh, you do?
I do. My mom's side lives in Indiana.
So that is why
I spent my life growing up in a small town. John
Cougar
Mellencamp.
I was going to say, let's go. Give me the song. Sing the song.
That's right.
You're a singer, right?
I am a singer.
Well, do you know the song I'm talking about?
I was born in a small town. It's true. Yeah. I was born in a big city and raised in a small town. So
you are, yeah.
Yeah. So
what part were at Indiana?
Indiana, Seymour, Indiana. Yeah.
Cougar's town.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Mellencamp, actually. Yeah, let's give them.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Mm-hmm. So when you, how long ago was that?
Oh my goodness, forever ago, forever and ever.
Which can't be too fucking long. I mean, you look like a kid
thank
still.
You. I really appreciate you. You're very nice.
No, I'm not blowing
that
smoke.
was about 31 years ago.
No fucking way.
Oh yeah. I just turned 32. So yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay. Uh-huh. You're wearing it well.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I grew up there, and I grew up listening to 100.5 Fox, and I love metal. I grew up on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, there was unsigned prime time, and I would listen to it, and I'm like, this is so amazing. How do I get down there? And I'd hear about the shows being advertised on the big.
How far is Seymour from here?
It's probably about 50 miles north, so it's not super far.
No, less than about an hour?
Yeah, about an hour, So I was a religious follower of that radio station because it played all the hits that I loved. And I thought...
Not of God, but the radio.
The radio, that's right. So it made a huge impact on me. Okay. And I was like, one day.
That's good.
Yeah, and here I am, and I can't even believe it.
So when did you gravitate to Louisville? I mean, how long? Or do you currently live in Louisville?
I do. Okay. I do live in Louisville now. Yes. For a long time. My family's always come down here and had events and outings and things like that. And then I came down for a show one time.
Show?
Yeah, it was
what kind of show?
Power Man 5000 show.
What is that?
It's a band. It's an industrial type metal band,
Is it like speed metal?
No, it's more like a techno metal.
Oh, yeah?
I mean...
For real?
Yeah, it's got that techno beat to it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I danced my ass off at that show.
I can imagine. I don't think I've ever really heard of that.
It's actually Rob Zombie's brother.
So it's kind of got that Rob Zombie
It
feel.
does, but he's more like science fiction-y.
Yeah.
Instead of the horror-esque
Gotcha.
type stuff.
Okay.
So it was a great show, and I met somebody out there, and they were like, do you sing? And I was like, yes, I do. And then that kind of formed a relationship after that.
Just keeping it real. You do have this kind of rock star look.
Wow.
You do.
Thank
you. You do. I mean, yeah. So, which I didn't know you because we were getting ready to talk some music too,
Sure.
but I didn't know that about you, but it makes sense. I could see it.
Oh, wow.
I can definitely see that.
Oh, thank you.
Well, so you're in Louisville,
Yes.
and your music is clearly huge influence.
It's huge for me. It's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Music is life for me, absolutely. And I have to backtrack a little bit because another reason why I got familiar with this area was because of Scott Slusher. He actually did my profile picture on Facebook, and he was an amazing artist, phenomenal person, creative, open. He was wonderful.
Just for the record, I think we've been friends on Facebook. I don't know how long, but
For a little while.
Yeah. The fact that I podcast, it's research when I'm on your page. It's not stalking.
Oh, no. You know what? You do what you need to do. I do not mind. That's what it's there for.
So this picture you're talking
He
about?
did that. Yes.
Yeah.
He was brilliant. Any idea I had, he was like, let's do it. And I was like, really?
2014?
Yeah. I was about 23 in that photo. So, yeah. He was a very special person, and he passed away. And
Really? Okay.
yeah, miss him terribly.
John Slusher. I don't know.
Scott Slusher.
Oh,
yes.
Scott Slusher.
And he was actually Lisa's best friend, and
Oh,
they were
yeah?
very close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Right.
And after that, it just opened up a whole new world.
Yeah,
Just a whole new world.
To be honest, that's a fucking game changer right there.
My God.
That image,
Yeah, I
good
love
God,
that.
you could be in. You tell me you had to have got some responses out of that.
I did a few, but I also think people are intimidated by that to a degree, which is so strange to me because I'm very open and I'm very laid back.
Because I think you and I can be a straight shooter with you. That's that's sexy as fuck.
Oh, thank you.
Sexy and hot. It's so fucking tasteful.
Yes.
But it is, man, you're telling a story on so many levels there.
Yes. He had an ability to create a story, and it
The hair.
oh my gosh. What's funny about the hair is that when I was a kid growing up, I used to get made fun of for my
Because-
hair.
Why?
Oh, because it was huge and curly and it was short, so it was like this.
Oh, okay.
And then that's what I ended up getting hired for later. Oddly enough.
You have a look. Now, who's this?
That's my father.
It's your father. Okay.
Yeah, he
And
was born.
Is that you?
That's me.
Oh.
I was a baby, a few weeks old. Yeah.
How were you when he passed?
Probably about 6 months old.
No shit. So you didn't
Yeah.
know?
No, my
damn
dad
it.
was born and raised in Ponce, Puerto Rico.
Oh wow.
Um,
So
he-
that's your
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All
And,
right.
Puerto Ricans, we're an interesting mix of all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Native and Spanish and African
Rhythm.
and all kinds of interesting things. It's great. I love it.
So you clearly, obviously, didn't get to know.
No.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What? Give me. I'm gonna go a little deep
Go
here.
ahead.
What's? Give me a story that still resonates with you about your dad.
My dad loved to play music. He was a musician. And
He was a musician.
Oh, yeah.
So there. That's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot of photos of him with his friends, and they're playing guitars and they're singing. He always sang.
Fucking amazing.
So-
Oh, he sang.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, God.
So, and my mom always remembers that too about him. So,
Is your mom still here?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she is a fighter and a
Yeah.
warrior.
Can I ask what happened?
He had a heart attack. Yeah,
How old was he?
Oh, he was 48, so he was quite a bit older at
That's
the time.
for a dad.
Yeah, for dad,
Yeah.
I was a surprise.
Good God, 48 and trying to be a dad.
That's right.
Fucking more power to him.
Yeah,
but- oh,
he was a
good God.
wonderful man. Everybody, even my sisters, he was their stepdad, and he was like, he was
Now I
fantastic.
know the Vega.
Right.
There you go.
That's the Vega.
The Vega. He is the Vega.
He is the Vega.
All right, that's
For sure.
That's fucking cool.
Thank you.
So, Louisville, what's music? Obviously, we're going to
Sure.
talk about that in a second. But how do you find your way to burlesque?
Well, that's an interesting story.
Bring it.
So I had known of Lisa through Scott Slusher,
Mm-hmm.
and he would always tell me stories about her. He was like, "I wish you could meet her. She is so amazing. She's great. You
She is.
guys would get along so well." And he and I would sit and talk for hours. She was just the kind
I
of person.
concur. I get along with her too.
Yeah. And so she just happened to message me in November, and she'd seen me perform
That's
at
in
Louisville this past November.
Oh, so we're talking less than a year.
Recent.
Okay, less
Yes.
than-
And she had seen me perform at the Art Sanctuary with Promise of Plague. We did Louisville's Dead Fest in 2017. I think that was the last time that it happened, and it's happening again this year.
You are such a badass.
So she was like, so I saw you do this, and I really would like you to come audition. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, of course. I was blown away. Yeah.
For burlesque.
Yeah, to sing. Yeah.
Oh, to sing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But also, just to sing or
just to sing at that point.
Okay.
At that point.
Right. Not to shake your ass.
Not to shake my ass just
or
yet.
Or any other parts of you.
But, so that's how it started. And I did The Wizard of Oz, which was an amazing, life-changing experience for me.
Yeah.
And then we were planning to do the show, the Prince
So
show.
let's go back. Wizard of Oz, your first
My first show
burlesque
with
with
the
the
Vixens.
Vixens.
Right.
So you are officially a Vixen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm still blown away by all that,
Yeah.
seriously.
I mean, again, I've talked about, I love having guests on who are part of the whole art scene. Art,
Yes.
burlesque, film industry, musician. I mean, I dig it. I mean, there's just the talent that you guys possess to do this. I'm blown away, and I'm such a fan because that is what you do for the audience. That's for some of us. That's our fucking escape from reality for a couple hours.
And that's funny because it's ours too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need these shows.
We do,
Absolutely.
yeah. And,
oh my goodness.
And it's so fucking amazing. So with we'll take about Wizard of Oz. You're just singing.
Yes, I sang 2 pieces in that.
What was the songs you sang?
Well, interestingly enough, we did Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and I worked with Buddy Rebel, and he composed an amazing composition of that song. And then I arranged the vocals to that, and we just went out and did our thing, and it was so much fun. And then I did another song too, and Rachel and Bethan did an amazing number to it, and it was just incredible. I couldn't even believe I was there.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Gotcha. That the Wizard of Oz thing, I did actually because of schedule, and I want to say I might have been sick or something. I couldn't get to that one. The previous event I got to, and I had been doing. I don't know if you know this. For Lisa, I'd go and bring some of my shit to stream, do some pre-show, live on Facebook. Interviews. We're talking here, Lisa. Come on out if you aren't doing anything, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I kind of have that working relationship with them, and I will do anything I love her. I love you guys. I love everything about the Vixens. So I'm a fan, and a supporter. So
Yes, we
whatever
really
I can do to
appreciate
help. Yeah. All right. So Wizard of Oz comes and goes.
Comes and goes.
This is then the next big project
Right.
starts up
Yes.
and happens this past weekend as we're recording. People,
Yes.
this is what is
It's the 11th.
June 11th,
Yeah.
Tuesday, June 11th. So this past weekend was to be a 4-night, right?
It was 3 nights. Thursday, Friday, and
Saturday.
Saturday.
That's right.
Yes.
So no Sunday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Lots of I saw the pictures, the posts, all the work, the practice, rehearsals,
Right.
blood, sweat, and tears to
All
get
of
you
it.
to that this weekend.
Yes.
And then comes
Oh.
and for people that know, the event was what was it? The name of the event was actually
Va Va Revolutionary.
right, a Prince tribute.
Yes, a Prince tribute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And in with the performances, you all were using Prince music.
Yes, absolutely.
And recorded. No one was playing. It was just a
Right.
true Prince. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so there's a bit of a interjection there. I actually had Carter Schofield playing guitar with me. We were going to do Peach, and Kat was going to do this amazing
Peach is a great
burlesque.
song.
Oh, she got a beautiful outfit. Oh my God, she looked so amazing. And he played guitar for that, and we actually created our own track with Todd Hawkins, and so we had that to use. And Carter, he's an amazing guitarist. Watch out for him.
Yeah.
He's 18 and he kills it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He is incredibly talented. So he was playing.
Wait a minute,
that.
you got an 18-year-old.
Yes.
An 18-year-old's raging hormones amongst all of you hot ladies.
And you know what? It was so funny because he came to me and said, I would love to do the next Vixen show. And I said, really?
He's so fucking smart.
He is smart. I was very
he's
smart.
talented and talent and brains. It goes a long way.
I looked at him and I said, are you sure? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, well, let me see if I can work out an audition for you. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So he did, and it was great.
Good.
Yeah.
Right.
So that happened, and then the rest of them were, of course, Prince tracks that just spanned the board of his career. And I was going to sing Sometimes It Snows in April, which I don't know if you've ever heard that, but
No, I know of it.
Goodness.
I'm familiar with it.
it is
but
a heart-wrenching,
Yeah, it's
hitting
yeah,
home
yeah,
hard
that's
song.
yeah.
I had to really listen to it and get
Yeah.
out my emotions to
Real-
be able to
okay.
sing it. So we all had worked so hard.
Yeah. A lot of work going into this past Thursday, the opening night.
Opening night.
And an
Yes.
hour before the, I guess,
The opening night, yeah. Hour before opening night.
bring it.
I walked in. This is my perspective
Tell
of
the
the whole
story,
thing.
yeah.
I walked in, I saw Paul, and he's amazing. And he just looked at me and he goes, well, you look beautiful. It's too bad we're not having a show tonight. And I looked at him and I said, are you serious?
Did you think at first it was
I
a
thought it was a
joke?
joke at first. And I
mean,
was thinking,
yeah.
please, let this be a joke. And it wasn't. It was totally real. And
But at that point, when he said that, you probably had no idea what
no, I
the
had
reason.
no idea.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's find out what is going on. And then that's when I found out we had been sent an email.
A
of
legal
cease-
notice, yeah.
Cease and desist.
Yeah.
So,
Which turned out to be kind of the tagline for the
Right.
rest of the
right.
for the weekend.
Exactly.
Because
there was a moment where it was a very harrowing moment and there was a lot of emotions going on.
Well, let's go let's go back. Let's
Sure.
take step by step.
Okay.
You get that, and you're enlightened.
Right.
I guess Lisa, does she gather you guys together and then give the official bombshell?
Well,
How does that play out?
Yeah, she stood outside and greeted every single person out there.
That were waiting to come
That
in.
were waiting to come in
Customers
line.
or the audience.
just
Yeah, right. Yeah,
The
yeah,
audience,
yeah.
and she told them each what was going on, and tears in her eyes. You know?
God love her.
Yeah, and she was very upfront. And then after,
Lisa just saying, if I was there, I would give you the biggest fucking hug.
yeah,
Because I couldn't only fucking
oh
imagine.
my goodness,
Yeah.
it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And so after that kind of settled down, and we tried to figure out what was going on, we all met backstage, and she was like, "All right, so we have choices. We can either cancel everything or we can have a show." And she was like, "Let's have a show." And we were all like, "Let's have a show.
Let's fucking have a
Let's
show."
pull together.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. Let's make this happen."
Okay.
And that was a beautiful moment.
I'm sure.
In all the
Because-
sadness.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So you get the at this point, I'm sure everyone knows that the reason is the cease and desist
Right.
from Prince's
From their
estate.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, you kind of have to respect. I mean, it
Sure.
is. Yeah. I mean, it's and they're protecting their brand.
They are.
I get that.
Yeah.
And it sucks for you.
Right, of course.
Sucks for Thursday night people.
Everyone that wanted to see the show.
Yeah. Everyone who had anticipated seeing it in that way that it was
Exactly.
to be laid out
Right.
and discussed. Right or wrong, good or bad, whatever. At what point did someone, Lisa or whoever, say, "All right, we're gonna move forward,
Yeah.
and then this is how we're gonna have to do it"? How did that all play out?
So we had the backstage meeting. There were feelings. We all had feelings. And then eventually, I can't even remember exactly how it happened, but eventually we had a meeting on the stage. We're like, everybody that's here come
Thursday
to the
night?
stage. Yeah.
Thursday night.
So we got up there, we sat in
So
a circle.
that Thursday night, you're meeting on the stage,
Right.
the same fucking stage that you all were supposed to be performing on
The
in
show.
front of an audience.
Right.
You're on the stage,
We're on the stage.
to an empty.
To an empty house.
Aw.
Yes. And we sat there and we literally just, somebody said, okay, tell us who wants to be in the show and who doesn't. And it's okay if you don't. We understand. Totally fine. And so we all went around and said yes or no, and everyone said yes.
Yeah.
We're like, we are here for each other. We are here for everyone that wanted to see this. So, yes, we're going to make it happen. Come hell or high water. And we're not going to let all the things that we worked so hard for just go by the wayside. So that is what happened. And then
That was Thursday
the work
night.
started. Oh, yeah, and then the work started.
Well, that's all right. All right. So this, I'm gonna be a little picky on
Oh, yeah,
this
sure.
with this. So this plays out. Give me because we're talking because I want to be kind of anal about this.
Yeah.
About what time Thursday does this conversation?
This
Lisa,
is probably about towards 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Probably. Yeah.
How soon do you all go into?
It seemed really
That same
seamless.
night?
Oh, that same night.
Okay.
That
That's
same night.
okay.
Everybody that had choreographed a number in the show was immediately on their phones, their iPads, earbuds. They were going through what fits with the theme that we were going for, and also the length and the rhythm and everything. And man, it just came together. It was great. And then once that was figured out, what song they were going to choose for their numbers, then they started running them on the stage. And
So I guess I didn't get to see this. So everyone who had their own little performance,
right.
it was up to them to come up with their
Yeah.
song. So
To a degree, yes.
okay, but I guess in some ways everyone knew that there's a window that they had,
Yes.
whether it was 5 minutes or whatever.
Sure.
So they had to incorporate a song.
Right.
How much of that required them to actually change the routine?
I don't know that a whole lot of it was changed from
So-
my perspective.
Okay, fair enough.
It looked like it was staying very true to what had been
Okay.
rehearsrsed, and it worked. And that was the most amazing thing to see, was that it worked.
Were they still print? I guess they couldn't
No,
be print
no,
songs.
they weren't.
But were they something that kind of?
It corresponded
Yeah,
with
that's
the
what-
theme of
yeah,
the composition,
Okay.
the choreography. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was just. I can't even explain it to you, that moment, and just being there and seeing it pulled together. And we were, the singers, we were giving our suggestions, like, here's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to replace that with. And, it was just incredible. And then we had Friday. And Friday we were very nervous because we didn't know how the crowd was going to react.
Let's go back before Friday.
Sure.
You all start Plan B right away.
Right.
Did you how long did y'all work through the night?
They did.
really?
I was there after midnight, and then they were there even later.
Really?
Yes, and literally into the wee hours of the early morning.
You had to be.
Yeah,
If
I
you're
mean-
if you're going to pull this off,
Exactly.
you would had to commit that much time.
Yes, yes, and just
And probably into early Friday.
yeah,
You're
there was
still-
some running through in
Yeah.
early Friday when we got there. Yeah,
Yeah. But you're still doing, from a, I guess Lisa, from a production standpoint, producing it, directing, whatever, you had to still be able to do a walk. Did you all do walkthroughs or?
Well, I mean, of the numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it was definitely some
Yeah.
rehearsal time put in there too,
Right.
especially Friday before we opened the show. There was, okay, let's get this on the stage. Let's make sure everybody feels comfortable. And I'm just, it was an awe-inspiring thing for real.
So this one, you actually are performing in this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was in, that's the thing, is that I was in the intro, dancing in this show,
Yeah.
and also at the finale. So, and those numbers got changed and taken out
Yeah.
and things like that. So it really cut down the things that I was going to bring into the show, unfortunately. But that's,
And and it's understood.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody knew that there was
Right.
some give and take to pull this off.
Of course.
So Friday night happens.
Friday night happens. Yes.
What was the reaction?
And it was incredible. I half expected people to be like, no.
But
they weren't.
In fairness, the audience. Yes, it was a Prince tribute.
Right.
But the audience, was it, in fair to say, did you all pull it off where it was basically seamless for the audience?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, after the show.
And that's a credit to you guys. Because the audience could have never grasped or, figured on how much of all the shit you all had to go through.
Right, yeah.
So they're seeing a finished product or seeing a changes but to them.
I mean, from what I heard in the feedback, they were like, this show was amazing. We would have known it. Yeah. And we really enjoyed it no matter what. Right. And it was such a beautiful moment because we did the finale, which was completely different, but
because if the audience's reaction that was great, I don't get what all the hoopla was over the last 24 hours or so because it looked good to us.
Yeah, they appreciated it so much, and they gave us a standing ovation. Yeah. We all had tears in our eyes, it was a moment like no other. So it was very intense, and unfortunately, it came out of a dark place, but it blossomed into an inspiring, moving, beautiful moment.
We were talking prior to the recording. I was, thinking the fact that when I heard that you all had the cease and desist, which again became the little tagline,
right?
Which is fucking awesome,
and that perfect.
You could have played it.
Right.
It actually, in some weird way, it hyped the show even more.
It did, in a way it did.
And but the fact that the Prince estate, got wind of you guys from a Louisville group.
Yeah.
Doing something,
unreal.
and they felt the need to have to shut it down.
Yes.
In some crazy way, that's kind of badass.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to. That is a perspective on it, that you kind of have to acknowledge.
We made enough noise with our hype and promos, and that they got wind of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's some kind of.
In a way, it seems sort of like some kind of compliment. In a way,
in a backwards way.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess maybe now that the dust is settled from the weekend, you can look back and say, you all for that weekend,
right?
You guys and Prince estate were like this.
Yeah.
You all were just buddies in some weird way.
Weird, very strange, odd way.
You all connected.
Yeah.
All right. So you all did take me through the weekend. Friday went off.
Friday
went
off.
And then
Saturday went off. We had a huge crowd.
I heard.
Oh my God.
Jam, I heard it.
Just
was
amazing.
Crazy,
the support and love that we felt from them, and also that we felt with each other, and just all the way around. I've done a lot of performing over the last 28 years, and I've never experienced anything quite like it.
Mm-hmm.
It was something too harrowing and just overwhelming and beautiful, and it's kind of once in a lifetime feeling.
It's I'm glad you brought that up, the word beautiful, because as a fan of you guys, the burlesque thing,
right?
People think burlesque. There's that sexiness, and it's sexual, and it's. But there's some beauty to it too, and I can appreciate the beauty. I really do, and I'm actually, when I watch you guys, I'm moved in different levels.
Oh, wow!
I can acknowledge the talent, the physical exertion you all go through, the fucking sexiness.
Yeah,
you gotta give credit.
Course.
It's all sexy.
Yeah.
It's fucking sexy.
That's all part of it.
I mean, you all are you got my attention, for 2 hours, and
it's
so
wonderful.
No, it's good stuff. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that there was happy ending to this.
There was, there really was, and I watched Side Stage for a lot of it, and just watching everybody just lay it down and give it their all and just be completely on fire for what they were doing.
Even that one there?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Even Cat? Even Cat?
Absolutely Cat. Yeah.
We're recapping this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Everyone just
I'm
went.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, they gave the best.
Well, not just so talented, but there's definitely a professional sense. I mean, you guys get it. You guys know what you got to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And
we look
again,
forward to it every time.
The band leader, or if you will, I don't know what's the word. I'm trying to think of some adjectives to give Lisa, but it is Lisa.
She's the mama. She's the mama hen.
Mama hen.
Yes, she is.
Mama Vixen.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So that's the Vixens. We want to touch on some other stuff
Sure.
before we get some other people involved. Music. Let's go back to music.
Okay, let's go back to music.
Singer. I didn't know you sang.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, obviously you sang with the Vixens, but I did not know that. So what's your go-to? What's the music you gravitate to?
I have a metal heart at heart. That's me. I was 6 years old and my mom played me Black Sabbath, the greatest hits tape.
Good God.
And I was like in love. It was over.
Yeah.
That was it for me. Like that, to me, they created what we know as heavy metal.
Yeah.
So that's where it started, and that's where I feel like I'm most myself.
And you've been there since.
Yes. What's
some of your favorite metal bands?
Oh my God. Too many.
Give me a few.
Black Sabbath, of course.
Yeah.
I love Satyricon. I love black metal.
Did you jump
Iron
on
Maiden.
Ozzy's bandwagon
Oh,
after
yeah.
he left? Okay.
Oh, how many hits did he have as Ozzy? Yeah,
it's
of
awesome.
course.
Right.
Oh, there's so many. Iron Maiden, all of it.
Give me some. What you
God.
think of something like Metallica?
I like Metallica. They have their thrash era was killer. I mean, my goodness.
So again, this is where I talk. See, I'm a Metallica guy.
Yeah.
But a lot of people always say, up until the Black Album, they went once they went mainstream, really mainstream, and then
Right.
they sold out, blah blah blah. But you know what?
I find gemstones in each one, and I can say that for a lot of different bands. I might not like the whole thing, but there are some gemstones throughout the decades that you can find. And I keep a very open mind about that.
Right.
If somebody changes or progresses, like Satyricon's known for progressing. They're not black metal as it was, where it sounded really crappy when they recorded it, first wave, all that.
Right.
They've evolved to include other things that are really beautiful,
Right.
like opera singers and bassoons
Okay.
and just really cool stuff.
But just because a band finds a niche to somehow make a lot of money,
Right.
is that a bad thing?
I can't fault them for that.
I know, but
I really can't.
some of their early fans, like
I know.
some of them, they just
Yeah.
they don't get it.
Everyone
Yeah.
has an opinion, and we're all entitled to some kind of
I mean,
opinion,
yeah. All right, fair
but
enough.
you like what you like, and I have this like wheel of eclecticness going on with my loves. So
So, in talking, we figured out a mutual friend of ours. You're partaking in a project of his.
Yes. Oh, yes. So, Stephen Clark, and forgive me, Billy, I do not know your last name.
Masterson.
There we go.
Yeah.
Great musicians.
Even Billy, one of the nicest guys I've ever had.
They're so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Stephen he's nice in a very quirky way, but
Well, we all have our quirks, do we not, right?
Yeah.
So he put up a random post, and he said, how many people on my Facebook are singers? And I said, well, this one is. And so
he's put that out there a few times.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well,
so
it's
you
crazy.
just somehow connected that.
yeah.
No, all right.
And there were probably 50 or more comments. And then he sent me a message, and he was like, hey, here's what I'm thinking. Here's a couple songs. Let me know.
I'm curious what songs he said.
Oh, my God. One is called Cocaine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's outlaw country rock-esque type thing. I mean, you got to expect that with that.
With the ass hollers, Stephen Clark said it right, and I'm a huge fan of Stephen. I'm a fan of the ass hollers, the music, and he says it right. His music is ass shaking music.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
and
It's got that groove. And
Yes.
it's got that grit, which is great because I can give that in my vocals. And I love that. So that's one we're doing, and I think we're doing one called One Too Many.
That one I haven't heard, so this might
It's
be a
new.
newer one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just had rehearsal with them on Sunday,
This one.
not knowing what they would think
So
of
are
what I
you
did.
per se an ass holler now? Or what's
I don't
the story?
know. I don't know if I can officially say that.
Okay, I
but
don't know. I don't know.
I'm
I
an
don't
ass
know.
holler guest.
You're at least a guest. Because they've got an event coming up, right?
I think so.
What's you think or you can't say?
I don't know that I have all the details to say it properly.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Yes.
I'll be bugging.
They're doing some
Steve.
things that are going to be
Well,
pretty
again,
cool.
here's where I struggle. I love the local music scene.
I do
love
too.
it, and I
Absolutely.
know you tend to be more on the heavier side, and there are some heavy music acts in town.
Yes.
They're good stuff,
And they're great,
And
yeah.
I'm probably more diverse, but I tell people this. I don't need to leave this town to find music or
No.
any arts or anything.
Right.
Yeah, because it's here.
It is here.
And especially bands, music acts, like the guy here who played original stuff.
Yes.
There's, unfortunately, the original music doesn't, the venues here doesn't, a lot of them don't allow,
It's,
to be
it's kind
showcased.
of, it's not as an easy
Yeah.
thing to get into. It's not as easy.
Because we're the ass haulers,
Right.
100% original.
Yes.
Yeah, they won't play when he does the gigs. I'll correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm totally good.
You're totally good.
I'm engrossed.
you keep talking. So yeah, so every time I've seen Ass, I don't think they've played a cover.
They
In
probably
respect,
haven't.
and that's respect because it's him holding true to his band,
Right.
But for him, that unfortunately doesn't allow him to get as many gigs for a band who only plays originals.
Right.
So.
There's a struggle, but there is also these beautiful venues that welcome that kind of thing.
Right.
And oh my gosh.
They need to be a little
Thank
more.
you.
We
I
gotta
would love
figure
to
that
see
out.
more.
We gotta
I'd love to
figure
see
out.
more festivals and all kinds of things. Yes.
Yeah. So
There's so much talent here.
How'd the rehearsal go? Good.
The rehearsal went great. I had one day.
Did you make
to prepare.
Steven smile?
To a degree, I think so. He said to me, thank you for responding to your messages and for showing up and for being prepared. And I laughed and I said, well,
That goes a long way with
you're
him.
very welcome.
That goes, yeah. He is, he's honestly so fucking talented for starters. Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, not just musically, he does, with videos and photography. Yeah, so,
Yeah. And
so I guess you did make an impression.
I did well. I made an impression. I felt like it was a good one. And then we'll
Thanks,
see
man.
what happens from here.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I always say do it all. Don't
Go
turn
hard,
anything
man.
down.
Yeah.
Like, do it all. Do all the genres. Be as well-rounded as you can be.
Did you know Steven prior to the?
I knew of Steven. I knew of him from the photography model world and things like that.
I know
so.
he is. A few years ago, he did. With the Ass Haulers, they did a burlesque show that was.
He was talking about that.
The Cure Lounge. This one, where they played a, 45-minute an hour set, and
Right.
just the dancers were coming up and doing their thing to their music.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I have an inkling that he might want to be doing that again. So.
It would work because
Yeah.
their music, ass shaking music, and
It is.
It's
got this amazing groove behind it. It's got grit. It's
heavy,
got
and
the lyrics,
The
are
lyrics,
just very outlaw lyrics,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. So,
tits and ass.
yeah,
Tits and
well, we gotta have that. It's outlaw. So,
What else you do besides music?
Well, I do some stuff with a band called Promise of Plague.
Yeah.
That's kind of part of what brought me down here and really opened up my world to meet some very cool veterans of the metal scene.
So this is a metal band.
It is a very metal band. It's black metal, industrial, meets some rock, some punk. Jerry Barksdale started it. He writes the music and the lyrics, and then Jim Higgins is involved, and he's a legend in
I know Jim.
the death metal scene.
he is, yeah.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
Wonderful people, really. And they,
How long you been doing that?
I started in 2016, I think was our first
That's it?
release.
So
yeah.
three
So
years.
about 3 years.
And you sing?
I sing for that as well. And I do all kinds of things.
Is there video or anything?
There's not a video, but there is music on YouTube.
Really?
And you can hear it all. Yeah.
I need to make sure I get that.
WCHQ plays some of our music.
Does it? Yeah, well, they're good.
Yeah,
For the local
I love
scene.
them over there.
Yeah, definitely shoot me some links. I want to.
Oh, I definitely
I've not
will.
heard you sing, so
It is. I clean sing, and then I growl, and then I scream, and then I come back all the way to singing clean, which is so much fun for me because I love being
I
able
bet
to do that.
your pillow talk is amazing.
It might be. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
For people, because people are gonna ask me, they will ask me this. What's your status?
What's my status as far as
Relationship?
I am very single.
Oh,
I
there
am
you go.
very single.
Very
So
single.
if you're curious, and also if you want to do some projects,
does your work, the stuff, all the projects you do, kind of keep you from, the commitment thing, or?
I'm not a commitment phobe at all,
Got it.
but I am also very engrossed in what I'm doing right
Yeah.
now. This has been an amazing year for me. And I'm sitting here talking to you right now, never would have imagined in a million years. Seriously.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm a fucking mark for you, beauties and
Oh.
talent. But you know,
Great.
do you actually do modeling too?
I do. Yes,
Tell
I'm
me
more or
about it.
less
Go ahead.
retired, but
Retired? What?
well,
fuck does that
I've had
mean?
a few things come across my messages of a few interests, and I love to do it. I mean, hey.
Look, I mean, seriously, look at you.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Thank you. If that's our group photo with everybody in the back there. So many people. We're having fun
Look
there.
at you.
Yeah. So, if you want to pull me out of retirement a little more, I will definitely take you up on it.
We'll talk.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, you're young. You still got a lot.
I have some.
You still got a lot of miles left.
Some miles left on there.
The warranties. Yeah, there's still a lot of
It's
warranty
still good.
left on there.
And what I don't have there, I have in personality and
sure,
work
yeah.
ethic for sure.
Well, talk. What is that? Elaborate. What's the work ethic? Give me your mindset.
Sure. So my thing is, I've been saying this lately, and it sounds really silly, but it makes sense to me. I always say, don't look an opportunity horse in the mouth. You know how they say gift horse.
Right.
I feel like if an opportunity comes to you, you need to find out what it's about and go for it. Don't be scared, because that's what holds a lot of people back, I feel like, is they're scared to take that step, and it just takes that step. And when I take that step, and like I said to Steven, yeah, I definitely want to do it. I come, I show up, I'm prepared, and it rolls, and that's my work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
If I take something on, I want to give it my all, the best that I've got, and it's important to me. Word is everything. If you can't keep your word, what do you have?
That's fucking true.
So.
See what else you got going on here. Modeling. What else?
I also have been part of the Black Crows Brothers of a Feather.
What's that?
So it's a Black Crows tribute band.
Is it?
And they came to me actually through the school and said,
Wait a minute, the school.
the School of Rock. I work there.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that. In a
We'll
second,
talk about
but-
that.
Yeah.
So, came up to me. I was working. And he was like, you don't know anybody that would be interested in doing some background singing? And I'm like, I do. I said, I know of a few people. So that kind of kicked off. We met them. Me, Tony Carroll, and Lauren Hunter. They're both vocal instructors at the school. And we met up with them and rehearsed. And then we did our first show with them at Goodwood. I think it was May 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it went great. So we're planning on doing Against the Grain with them as well.
Oh, wow.
In July. So that's interesting because I sing the low end.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have it all, but that's where
Gotcha.
I shine, is the low end of things.
You know what? I may have to call you. I may have to put you on the spot tonight.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, my buddy Kevin Cummings, who's getting ready to play.
Oh.
You familiar with him?
I have heard that name for sure.
He is one of the most. Well, you'll hear. He's very, very talented. He's not in the metal thing.
That's okay.
But he's always up for someone to come up and sing.
Oh, really? Oh, I love.
We might have to.
Okay, we
see
might
it
have to
play
do that
out.
tonight.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
He's amazing.
I'm all about it. It makes me feel alive. So.
What other projects you got going on?
Oh, let's see. There's also something I'm working on with an industrial group called Artificial Zero. So we're meeting actually next week to talk about some things and work on a few ideas from there. I'm really excited about that. Like I said, I'm all over the board. I'm doing Black Crows, I'm doing Outlaw Country, I'm doing industrial, I do black metal.
Some burlesque.
It's some burlesque.
Ass shaking.
Oh,
Would
yeah.
be ass. Are you shaking your ass? Do you shake your ass?
I can. I can.
Wow. I'm sure, yeah.
And then I'll finally eventually be focusing on my own solo EP. So I'm
Good God.
very excited about that. I'm working with The Forge Productions and Josh Kirk with that. He's awesome. So, yeah. So, and by the way, the more the merrier. Bring it. I would love to collaborate with pretty much everybody that's serious about what they're doing.
In town, yeah. You know, I want to hear some of your stuff because, I think I've got some ideas. We can.
Oh, I love
yeah,
ideas.
we'll talk about. All right, winding this down. Some rapid fire.
Yeah.
I call it round of shots.
Got it.
First concert you attended.
First concert I attended, oh my God, I was 8 years old. It was a local punk show, and I was the only one on the floor dancing, and then all the other girls came out and danced with me.
But you got it going.
Yeah,
I can see that
I
happening.
was a crowd starter.
Superpower, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. That's a hard one. I don't know. I think, spreading the love of each other, of fellow man, and respect.
Is that really a superpower?
I feel like it would change
that sounds like
a lot of
Gandhi
things.
thing.
I know, right? It
like
sounds so cliche.
Flying or,
but that's what I want, because I want everybody to find their thing that is wonderful, positive, and just grows them as a person.
No, I'm with you.
know?
I mean, yeah.
Because it does change
love
lives.
conquers all.
It does.
I do. If you were stuck in an elevator with a celebrity, who would it be?
Oh my goodness. Alice Cooper.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's great.
Any scars?
Oh, lots.
Give me a weird scar story.
Oh, okay. Weird scar story. I have one on my knee that's pretty interesting. It's pretty banged up as
Bring
it
it.
is. I was sitting in a car, and it's got those folding seats. I landed on it. I was like 6, and the track cut me open on my knee, and it was splurting blood
Jeez.
everywhere. So that was fun. I had to have stitches, and I was like, ah. I still have the neat little scar from it.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
okay.
So.
Pet peeve.
Pet peeve. Man, not being forthcoming, not telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not being about your word. That is a huge pet
There you
peeve
go.
for me.
I like that.
Yeah.
If you had access to a time machine and you're going in the past
Okay.
and you're only going to observe, where would you go?
Oh my God. That is a hard one. Probably, I got to be a little bit localized about that and probably say, my parents, when they were happy and they were first married.
Yeah.
I would have to say that. That would be nice to see.
Way to bring a tear jerk.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, I don't have any tissues here. Good God. All right. These last 3 are what I consider my bucket list questions that I personally want answered before I die.
Wow. Okay.
1, this one's a yes or no.
All right.
Is there a God?
Yes.
2, are we alone in the universe?
No.
3, not a yes or no. It's you can just answer it accordingly. What happens when we die?
The next life.
You think it's?
I do.
Okay.
And the God thing is that's really broad, because that could be anything. It could be some strange alien.
It was right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leading that way.
Yeah.
Just-
You never
just
know.
right.
We don't know. We can't
Right.
say.
But you do think that there is some type of higher power.
I think there's something that
Not necessarily an old man in the sky.
no, not necessarily the conventional thought of it. That's not how I view it. But I think that there's too many things.
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if, though, like in the morning we woke up and looked up in the sky and we heard, we saw the clouds open up and some
Right.
figure in the sky I am God.
Yeah, that would
You know
be
what?
super
That would be cool because I would get to know the answer. You do
exactly.
exist.
That's the thing that I always want to know. No matter what happens.
But you realize that there's a lot of people in
I
this
know.
world that actually think that is. The
I
case.
do know that. There are all kind of ideologies out there.
Yeah.
And, do believe and do what makes you happy.
Right. Yeah.
And that's how I feel
Yeah.
about
I'm one of those guys that I'm a science guy.
Mm-hmm.
I need facts.
Right. I like facts. Mm-hmm.
But I'm also a guy that I'm not a belief guy. If I don't know, I don't know. I just say
Right.
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, if you don't know, you don't know, and that's okay.
All right, Ashley, where can people connect with all of your projects?
Goodness.
Follow you.
YouTube, Facebook, all kinds of things. My own profile. Send me a friend request. You really want to know.
Bumble, Tinder. You on those?
No.
Do you real quick? Do you do any of the dating apps
No, that's
'Cause you're
all
single?
Nightmare City.
with nightmares?
Nightmare City. Dating here is Nightmare City anyway.
I can
Unfortunately,
relate to that.
if there's a good dude out there that it has some similar interests, let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. Let's have a drink. Let's talk.
Let's talk. Ashley Vega in the house. Ashley, thanks for hanging out.
Well, thank you for having me. It's
You're
been
gonna
great.
maybe stick around a little bit.
Yeah, I might stick around a little bit on that one.
You what's your schedule like the rest of the night?
I made time for you, and that's all I had.
I definitely wanted you to check out Kevin, hang out, and
Okay.
I would love to see you get up there. And stick us
If
up.
he knows something that I know, I will join him.